There's a reason why you give and give and give and never get back. And then you wonder constantly, why is this happening? Why am I so loving and wearing my heart on my sleeve? And why am I so vulnerable? And why am I so soft spoken? And why I don't get back? And why this and why that? There's a reason why people treat you the way they do, why they look at you the way they do. We're gonna break it down, and we're gonna put some light on this. When you grew up, how did your family treat you? How did your father, your mother, your cousins, your nieces? How was your life in school? Was it fun? Were you popular? Did you have any traumatic experiences? Did you have any emotional traumas take place in your life? Did you have a hard time fitting in when people? Did you have proper guidance? Did you have people telling you the God's honest truth? Were you being led in the right directions, or was it a chaotic lifestyle? Was your neighborhood safe? Was your environment productive? Was your community a community or a real tribe of men and women that were acting like men and women? These are all questions that we should be asking ourselves. Now, it is 2024. Most of us, by the grace of God, are still here, alive and breathing because of Him. But along the way, we have dealt with people and we have pushed people away and we have involved people in parts of us that we may or may not have been aware of during that time, that they shouldn't have been a part of it at all. Or maybe they should have been more involved. This is where we are right now in the state of society. Everything is transactional. We've talked about this, and I say it on a number of occasions. Everything is, what can you do for me? I look at you, I look at your height, I look at your bone structure, your aesthetics physically. I look at your economical status and your position in this world, in your community, with who you interact with. I look at your the tone of your voice. I look at your femininity, your masculinity. I look at your track record and your history, and I composite all of this information in my system, and I determine how valuable or lack thereof you are as an individual that I will want to have in my life in particular. Are you going to be feasible in the things that I desire from my own selfish, lustful, secular eyes? You know what I'm saying? This is a issue that happens quite frequently, quite often, and we are around it all the time. We have people in our lives like this all day, every day. They only come to you when they want something, but you never hear from them when it is time for you to be in the other side of the vehicles, just laying back and allowing someone else to drive for a couple of miles. Where are all these people at? Where's the love and the birthday wishes and the wellness checks? And why don't you get the same love back that you put out there to people? There's a number of reasons why we screw ourselves over. And I'm talking about simps. I'm talking about people who are genuinely doing things out of the kindness of their heart, and they're not looking for anything back other than acknowledgement of their gestures being kind and sincere, and it's not forced or there's any obligations. There's a number of reasons why people are selfish and they, are what they are. In the Bible, it says, "Do not cast your pearls to the swine." It took me a while to really understand what that meant, and I come to a number of different timestamps in my life, rewinding from where it started, where I had boundaries. I knew what I wanted, what I didn't want. I was ready and willing to pour into something or someone, but along the way, at some point between then and here, a number of things happen, right? When you remove your boundaries or don't have any, or you don't have a desire for anything or a passion for anything, and your only pleasure is stemming from trying to please someone else so that they can offer you something that is missing inside of you, you will always lose. You will always lose. Because let me tell you something, you're an individual. You're a man, you are a woman who possess talents and gifts and the same opportunities as anyone else. You have your own style, your own charisma, your own personality, your own walk, your own speech. And where we get confused with all of this is we're constantly lying to ourselves, trying to act as if we're not competing or comparing ourselves with the next person. Because if we've been completely honest, a lot of us go out into the world every single day and see an attractive person or lack of, and we say to ourselves, I look better than that person. Or this person has some things that I wish I had. You can sit here and pretend like you've never done it before. And if you haven't, cool. That means that your self esteem has been developed in a healthy way. You didn't have to go through a bunch of bullshit to repair damage that was done to you as you got older. Good for you. I'm referring to people who got tore down mentally, spiritually. Maybe you weren't at a place where life was being spoken into you. Maybe you had a upbringing, or yeah, you had an upbringing where folks were speaking poisonous and destructive and toxic things into your life, and it ate away at your spirit. It ate away at your psyche to the point to where you're confused with what you're supposed to have as a person in this world, pursuing a lot of the same things that other people are doing. Ultimately, everybody wants love, everybody wants happiness, joy, peace, abundance, and wealth, and they want to live in a nice area. They want nice neighbors, they want cool friends, they want a husband, they want a wife, whatever your preference is. Nobody is growing up in America or wherever you are from trying to be in chaotic situations, getting used and ran over. But we always find ourselves ending up in these situations because we don't have the wherewithal to get the help that we need to identify exactly where the root of the problem begin and pluck it and then reinvent ourselves so that we don't never get screwed or fucked over again by these dickheads who don't even deserve to be in our presence anymore at all. Because the reality is everybody that we keep on orbiting around is not always the best or the most ideal person to be getting any type of leadership from, any type of love from, any type of anything from, because they aren't no better off than we are. Humans, man, humans are so all over the place. Even the ones who swear up and down that they got it all together, they really think that they just complete in every single way. But you're using people. You know that folks are lacking in areas. Instead of you pointing them in a direction of health and healing, you continue to use and push them over the edge. You ain't no better. They should be getting help. I'm not taking any fault away from them. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to shit on people. If you using people and you look down on them and you think you bigger and better than them, and it's not, shame on you. You ain't no more special than that person is. But to the folks that are constantly giving and giving and giving and giving, ask yourself, why are you not getting back? Why don't they give back? Why won't they give back? Why don't they see you in the light that you want them to see you in? Why aren't they doing the things that you do for them, but they gaslight and try to make it seem like they are the greatest gift to earth when they walking around, their bodies stink, their spirits stink, their personalities stink, but you so fixed on how pretty they are. They rotten as hell on the inside. And you still give them all of this praise and all of this. What? What is it? Ask yourself, why don't they respect you the same way? Ask yourself why you always questioning whether or not they really for you or not. Ask yourself why you always have to shut your mouth or belittle yourself or be reclusive in terms of standing up for the principles and the things that you believe in over there. And you always let their shit supersede you. They don't never come down and meet you here. A lot of y'all know the answers. You know exactly who they are. You know exactly what's happening, but you could continuously allow the shit to go on and go on and go on. Nah, if it ain't going to be this, you need to go. You need to go. You need to pick up the phone. You need to have a conversation. You need to rip the band-aid off, say what you need to say, let the chips fall where they may lay, and keep pushing. It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. You're going to feel bad and guilty. You're going to feel like you did something wrong. No, you never are ever wrong for not wanting to hurt. You are not ever in a position of guilt for doing something that is right for your purpose, for removing and getting rid of junk that is completely screwing you up. Stop allowing people to say whatever they want to say to you, do whatever they want to do to you, and the shit is not coming from a place of edification. Sorry. No more. No more.